If you search by medieval games on Steam, you get a plethora of options. Some are fantastic, some are awful, and some are just plainly not medieval. What if we go to the bottom of the barrel? You know, the games that nobody plays anymore. The games that are gone for good. The games that are dead. I'm not sure there's anything more iconic than a game called The Black Death being one of the soonest and most dead of all these games. Releasing in 2016, it came out at about $20, which isn't that horrific, and it was in that early access flood. You know, all those games that you could pitch in whilst they were being developed with the hope that it would be released? Well, we're still in early access. It was around the time where open world early access games were coming out faster than Stephen Fry in Pride Month, and Black Death was part of that cohort. And guess who was part of the same wave? Me! I played it loads. A new medieval game where the center was surviving disease all around. I wanted a Birmingham simulator more than anybody. Dead bodies that made your screen go funny when you got too close. What more could you want? Oh, by the way, this game isn't for sale anymore. So good luck still trying to play it. But I can, because I've already owned it. So this is, I guess, exclusive 2024 gameplay. Hold on. I'm not alone. Oh my god, I have to turn this soundtrack off. This is actually horrific. Hello, setting. Okay, we are in the game. What's going on here? Welcome back. Now, this has actually changed since I last played it. Quite a bit, actually. There was quite a number of things that are different. Who are you? You're a cook. Let's see them. So how much food do I have? Well, you've got 500. I have 0. I spent the first few minutes running around. This is the tutorial island, and it gives you a good idea and a good sense of what's coming. The game looks awful. I used to think back in 2016 it actually looked okay. No, it hasn't aged well. By the way, that's because the developers in 2021 said that they're not developing the game anymore. But they would be back, and they never came back. There's a lot of dad-based jokes I could make about that. So we've got the village or the mines. Well, I'm assuming we want to go to the village, but we can pick up some rocks while we're going. In, you know, various survival modes. We've got cotton bushes. Let's get some cotton. Can we pick up the... Hello, NPCs. How are you doing? So this little fort here is... It's kind of nice. There's not really much to do in here. Is there much to pick up? Rock piles. Okay, we'll get some more rocks. Cotton, cotton, cotton. Where do you be? You've got a club. I'm staying away from ye. Being a 2016 early access open world, of course, there is a very in-depth crafting system. Make axe. Axe doesn't seem to work on anything. Get attacked. Axe doesn't seem to work on anything. What is this game? Gather chamomile plants. Okay, well. So that's also a little mission we can do, but I'd rather... This is unclaimed territory. So yeah, you can like claim territory and build bits and pieces in this game. Although as far as I'm aware, I am the only one on at the moment. We can invite friends. Once again, you have skill points as well that you can put into different things, whether it's medical, crafting, trying not to die from the Black Plague, hunting, trying to survive against disease and other plagues, fishing, and trying to also not get killed by pestilence. Oh my god, this game is so laggy. By the way, I'm playing this on a 3090. That's a card that can play games now, let alone from 2016. Oh, that was cool, but my ears. Okay, so we can actually upgrade ourselves. That's what I like to see. I think stamina is going to be important, so we're going to put a point in stamina. Hunger and thirst. Oh! Oh no! Okay, so the axe doesn't do anything. We are resorting to fists. Whoa, what was that noise? The sound design in this is horrific. Come on, come on! 4 gold coins. Brilliant. Maybe I could buy a pie. Oh no, they were like 100. Yes, it's quite... Ooh, hold on. Chamomile! We got chamomile! Wait, we only got the seeds! Oh no, I needed actual chamomile. Okay, well, there's some more over here. I'm just gonna run away from this bandit lad. There we go, we got chamomile. We're just gonna have to hit and run the... Oh, more chamomile. What are you doing over there, lad? Oh. Oh. What, piles? I make sure I don't make myself too heavy here. Yes. Do a quick hit and run. Oh, that was bad timing from me. Yeah, good. One. Oh. No, no, miss. And there's your third. Bang, 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 bang. Yes. Oh, we got an axe. Okay, we didn't even have to craft that. Okay, move out of the way. However, what we do have now is a few resources. Right, do I have to put this in my hotbar? Mmm. Okay. While we're here, let's eat some wild berries, shall we? Yum, yum. -5? What do you mean? Oh. Oh, yeah. Don't eat berries you've just found in the middle of the... The initial idea of the game was to feature these rebuilding of society. You know, rebuilding these towns, these cities, trying to cure people of the plague, because there is quite a lot of detail when it comes to some of the more gory and medical stuff within the game. That was kind of its unique selling point, and it never really got the chance to do that. The developers just never kept going with it because there wasn't the player base. It was such a niche title, and, well, even going back to it now, I don't think this is going to go anywhere. I automatically take my shield out. Brilliant. That counts as a success to me. Kill you. Oh, he's throwing up black shizzle. Ooh. Don't throw up on me, I swear. He's using chemical warfare. This man is using chemical warfare. This is against the rules. I think we are heading into the mainland. Hello? Hello, game. Can I move? Hello, game. Can I move? Shit. Can I just say that Chivalry 1 was such a hype game back in the day. 2012 was an era of new medieval games. Mount and Blade Warband, War of the Roses, and Chivalry. This came from a Half-Life 2 mod, in fact, and was made into a fully successful title, and it was incredibly successful back in the day, being championed by YouTubers and having huge press events of the like. It was the first in this first-person gore fest. Proper combat that didn't pull any punches when it came to creating, well, one of the most bloody and brutal medieval experiences out there. And I loved it. Many people loved it, but unfortunately, the game's dead now. It's had a sequel that has been pretty successful and is still pretty good, but the first one, going back to it, is a bit of a different experience now in 2024. Okay, so we have 5 servers with people on. That's not horrific. I mean, it is still playable, and of course, there are bots in this game. Oh, well, this is bringing back memories. I've literally not played this for years and years and years, but I goddamn loved it. You know, Chivalry actually doesn't look as bad as I thought it would. A game that came out 12 years ago now still kind of holds up, especially in its genre. A pretty fluffy engine, but works for what they're going for. Great combat, and it flows incredibly well. You can still feel that to this day. The combat is championed and was then used later for games like Mordhau and, of course, the sequel to Chivalry. It still feels and looks great. Just give me a sec, guys. Just give me a sec. Also, motion blur is on. Do you remember 2012 games when everything was just motion blurred to hell? What's going on here? Ow. 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 Okay. Okay. Well, I thought this guy was about to be a beast, but he is a headless man. Did you just try and shoot at me? Whoa, you can do a lunge. I didn't even realize. Someone's responded to me. Okay, we've got a speedy one. Come on. Yeah, it's a dragon there. We got ourselves a Oh, man. Why would you do that? Why would... Oh, he wanted to kill me. So there is still a little community on here. That's cute. Yeah, that's cute. And apparently someone that watches the channel. Oh, this is something that's going to crop up many times within this video, but many of these games, despite them still having some players and some servers that are running, is mostly going to be your smaller scale stuff, your arenas, free-for-alls, duels, that kind of thing. The big battles are gone, you know, the massive selling points of Chivalry. I remember sieging castles, pushing battering rams, firing fireballs into walls, and then breaching into the keep. Those battles, I'm sure they still happen on a rare occasion, but it's unlikely you're going to be getting them anymore, which is a shame because Chivalry 1 was fantastic for that. I think you're going to have to head to its sequel for that sort of thing these days. Go on. Oh, I tried to duck. It didn't work. Oh, I'm on bloody healths. Oh, he dragged me. Pluto of the Abyss. What a legendary kill. I think that very much proves that, you know, quality is just something that does... Oh my god, you look cool. Quality is something that does hold out even, you know, over a decade after it. What's going on? Why would you pick a bowman? I'm going to chop you into a million pieces. Yes, there's your arm. There's your head. There's your head. There's your... Let's get his legs off. There we go. I want McDonald's. Don't know what gave me that idea. It is really nice that Chivalry still has this little community that pop on, and of course they play and duel with each other, chat, and wear Santa helmets. It's a really nice aspect of these smaller games that have since dropped off. A lot of people that played them back in the day still have them on their less inclined PCs, maybe can't run the newer ones, and it creates these tiny but really loyal communities. Whoa. All right, lungy boy. Go back to the gym if you're going to be doing thrusts like that. Or at least take me out first. Whoa. I've been rear-ended. No, I don't have insurance for medieval weaponry. Aha. I can take you out. Yeah. Whoa, stay back. I've ranked up. Does this mean I'm a legend of the game? Maybe. Maybe. Oh, this quick-ass thing, this is pretty good. Ooh, hello. Okay, we can't take them. That's a shame. Oh, man. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. Oh, we got the short sword battle going on. Come on, then. Come on, then. Yes. Get fainted out of this world. You see, Chivalry combat was always something that was very tricky to me. Like, I kind of got the hang of Mordhaus combat when that was going around. And I think I got pretty good at that. I never really mastered Chivalry, if I'm going to be honest. But, hey, this thing... These short stabby things. Who was that? Oh, God. Stay back. Oh, God. You got me. You got me. I need to go to the Fountain of Life. I can hear someone behind me. Oh, no. Yes. There was a game that shut down a while ago. What was it called? Oh yeah. Life is Feudal MMO. It was then bought back a couple of months ago by a different company, but that's not the title I'm playing today. You see, the original, not the MMO version, but the original Life is Feudal Your Own is still available to play, and it still has some servers, but as you can see, they're not exactly active. This was an open world game that pit you in one of the most hardcore medieval experiences that I have ever witnessed, starting with actually nothing and having to forage with no help, no real means of where to go or what to do, and especially no friends. This world was one of the most brutal in any open world. The entire point of it was to try and make the most hardcore and realistic medieval game ever, and they succeeded. They just didn't succeed at making a good game. Okay, so there are a few servers on Life is Feudal Your Own. This is not the MMO. The MMO's gone. But Your Own still has some stuff. The problem is a lot of them are modded servers. Okay. Well, we're... Okay, I was about to say it was lagging to hell, but no, we're up to 100 FPS again. So if I press I, we bring up this inventory. Now, the inventory system in Life is Feudal, the Your Own and the MMO, is kind of horrific. Because it's just this weird free-forming thing. Look. Oh, they fixed it. No, they haven't. Right, how do I get my bread? Right, I've got... Oh, there it is. Also, why does it take so long just to put on some clothes? I get if it's armor, maybe if you're going into battle, but it feels somewhat unnecessary. Okay, so we're in. This is obviously someone's house. Someone's obviously started to make a spawn here. I would make the claim that Life is Feudal Your Own, even though it is a dead game,
is still impossible to play. It was when it came out, and it is now even in 2024. Especially if you're on your own. Essentially what you're doing is working another day job in order to, well, flatten virtual ground.
So we're going to head up this way into the wilderness. It is wet, it is rainy. Now, the thing about Life is Feudal Your Own is it is a bit less grindy than the MMO, but only a little bit. This map, by the way, is absolutely huge. And it's nowhere near the size of the MMO. To walk across this whole thing would take maybe an hour or so. The MMO is about 10 times bigger than this map. No wonder it failed, especially because of the player base is exactly the same size. Okay, so as far as I can remember, I haven't played this in about 5 years, but if we go up to trees, we can gather branches. So we can set it to gather unlimited branches, and then it does it for us. We pretty much can just sit here as it does its own thing. Oh, there was only one branch in this tree. Well, that's fair enough. If we go up to bigger trees, I think we can also do the same, and maybe we can gather more than one branch from a bigger tree. There we go. Now, if you are looking on the left-hand side, you can see our stamina is slowly going down. Our top is our soft stamina. So that's, you know, the things that we're doing right now. The bottom is our hard stamina, and that basically tells us the point that our soft stamina can replenish to. You have the same with soft and hard health as well. It's a strange system. It's okay, it's just not incredibly consistent, and I think that was my biggest problem with it. Okay, we're done with that. That's good. Now, we've got some branches. Beautiful. Let's put them together in a nice little pile. And when it comes to crafting, I think the first thing we're going to want is an axe. So we need some flint, some plant fiber. Now, I'm assuming plant fiber that we can get somewhere. Maybe looking for materials here is going to help us find some plant fiber. Aha! Now, as you'll see on screen round about now, there is plenty of stuff that you can do in this game, just eventually. I mean, when I was spending tens and tens of hours playing Life is Feudal Your Own, we got quite far. We managed to build weaponry, blacksmith things, and it was pretty fun. It's just getting to that point would take another full-time job, and it just wasn't possible. So, unfortunately, it just wasn't going to survive. People didn't want a second job. They wanted a game to play. But the developers, for some reason, advertised this as so hardcore. I mean, even now, Your Own, this version, which is the less hardcore version, is advertised as hardcore and realistic multiplayer sandbox. And it is hardcore. It is realistic, but hold on. There we go. But that's not really what I'm looking for when it comes to a fun game to play. So if we click produce, we just make one of them. If we click mass produce, we can create multiple until we run out of resources. But obviously, we don't need that right now.
There was one point in its life cycle where Life is Feudal Your Own did actually have a player base that worked towards these big castles and these bigger armies going to war, having blacksmiths, having serfs, having miners, having construction workers. And it did almost work. But because of the lack of updates and the developers then deciding to move on to a bigger MMO later that flopped on release, well, the game never really reached its potential. They did go back and start developing Your Own again after the MMO was shut down, but as far as I'm aware, this thing is pretty much entirely dead at this point.
Okay, so now we have an axe. We can put that in our inventory. Yes, there we go. Okay, I think this cut down process is about 20 seconds, so let's hop on TikTok, shall we? And we got one log out of it. Brilliant. Anyway, so it doesn't seem particularly cooperative right now. He's got a nice little area going on here. I've got a feeling this man has done what everybody does in Life is Feudal. So essentially, because as you've seen, even simple things like cutting down a tree takes a while. You can imagine when you get into late game or even middle game or even early game, which this guy's still in, there are some things that just take absolutely years to accomplish. Like gathering water or smithing, because you need a ton of clay, you need a ton of water and a ton of resources. Don't even get me started on trying to build tunnels that take days and days to make any progress into a mine. So what he's done is he set it to automatically gather. I mean, I showed you that you can do that if you set this. Oh, he's out. I think he's just woken up. He was set to automatically gather that stuff while he went AFK. But he's back. And he's doing... You know what, mate? I'll leave you to it. I'll leave you to it.
On a further note to this, I think it's a red flag when your game has an automatic AFK system. When your tasks are so menial and take so long that everything has an option to put it onto unlimited gather, essentially making a macro so you can go and do something else while the game essentially plays itself.
Popped up. Okay, so you have to search the ground for materials and then stuff will reveal itself. Interesting way of doing it. I feel like it just adds, once again, extra time to something that's useless. Oh, I've been gored by a deer. This is not a deer. This is a boar. I'm out of breath. Go on, lad. Go on, lad. Shit. I'm now being eaten alive.
Mount and Blade has always been my favorite franchise, and with Bannerlord being so successful, I thought I'd go back and check out Warband. This game was huge back in the day, and don't get me wrong, the single player still has a very healthy player base, but it's the multiplayer that I'm focusing on because, well, it isn't quite what it used to be. You know those huge battles and those huge sieges that you could do in multiplayer? Well, it's just not really possible in Mount and Blade anymore. As I mentioned during the Chivalry 1 gameplay, most of the multiplayer now are duels and free-for-all battles because the clan stuff just isn't really existent these days. Bannerlord has also taken the place of that, so much like Chivalry, the sequel took over that player base, I guess in the best way possible. But still, going back to play Mount and Blade Warband was definitely still a blast. Do you know what? It's actually been years since I've logged onto Mount and Blade Warband, so it's actually time to check out some of the multiplayer. Because, well, from the last time I remember it, we're pretty much the same. There is a few servers with people on it, and don't get me wrong, in the evenings, especially in the Permanent Wars, there were probably still some events. But in terms of its actual multiplayer, it is what they call fallen off. I mean, in all honesty, like, is it that surprising? Mount and Blade 2 Bannerlord's come out, and if I'm going to be honest, I think it beats Warband in pretty much every way, including the combat that was so championed in Warband. The single player Warband still does pretty well though, like it's still fairly successful, but the multiplayer just doesn't have that same sort of spice to it anymore. It's mostly just free-for-alls, and whilst I still enjoy playing it, it's just a lot of this. It is just a lot of this. You see, a lot of the servers from Mount and Blade Warband, the only way they've started to survive is by adding modded servers. I mean, the mods are janky as hell, but being able to, well, do stuff like this. Hello, son. What are you doing in here? I'm not big. What? Why are you in a little cave on your own? Like, what were you doing when people aren't watching? I kind of. Am I lagging? Am I lagging to hell? Maybe. I feel like I might be. What's my ping? It's 29. Then what's lagging? Ooh. See what I mean by modded servers? Like, what even is that? They've built their own defenses. Yes, there are engineers in there. And of course, the Mount and Blade community is exactly what you'd expect. They very much still enjoy the N-word and laughing at people that go to the gym. That's just Mount and Blade for you. I feel like half the chats in Warband have to be blurred out at all times. Oh my god, this guy's face. It's this guy's face. That's what I live for. It's all about just fighting, spamming. I mean, as much as the Mount and Blade combat is different, I think it is the definition of ADHD combat. What I mean by that is, well, you can see exactly what I mean by that. Don't need your horse, don't need your skull. We don't have enough space to be fighting in here, my friend. It's all a bit squished. Thank you. Thank you.
Away with you, vile beggar.
Was that me that said that?